Are you all right?
I couldn't do it. I was supposed to kill him to save Sean. And I couldn't do it.
You're not the origami killer, Ethan. You're not responsible for those murders. I can prove it.
That changes nothing. Saving Sean is all that matters now.
Don't kiss her.
I can't. Not now.
Sorry,
Now's not the time.
I didn't mean to. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
I've no more business here. I'm going home. I hope he proves his innocence and finds his son alive. What was I thinking? How could I have ever believed that he felt something for me? He's trying to save his son. He's being chased by the police, and I'm trying to kiss him. What an idiot.
It's such an awkward situation having refused. No, this is not the time. Oh, there's Blake.
Cops. They're looking for Ethan.
Or for you.
It looks like a raid.
Madison, you want to get up there? Thank you.
Come on, what was the damn number?
207.
Come on. Pick up the phone.
Hello?
The cops. They're in the motel. You've got to get out of here.
Down the stairs. Up we go, I guess. Onto the roof. Oh, I'm moving. Jump!
Holy fuck!
This is when Madison comes in with her motorcycle.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
Well. Escape master. I am the master. Cool. Why is it always Shelby scenes that start lagging? No thoughts.
Lauren?
I'm sorry, Scott.
You should have listened to me, Mr. Shelby. I told you to drop the investigation.
Your son is a serial killer. How many people does he have to kill before you turn him in?
Gordy has his faults, but he's still my son. You have no children, Mr. Shelby. You can't possibly understand. You leave me no choice. Your investigation is over. For good.
Well, that's not good. Oh, cool. We're in a car that's sinking. Oh, that's not good.
Shit! Lauren! Lauren, wake up! Lauren!
The windshield! The water's pushing it in.
Oh, shit! Shit!
Okay, hands free. Now we gotta help Lauren. Before we do that, can we not help her?
Lauren! Lauren, wake up! Lauren!
Nothing, okay. Now we're gonna break the window now that she's loose so we can at least get her out of here. Okay, we got her. Good.
I was gonna take up swimming again. This isn't exactly what I had in mind. You got a car back at your place? Mine's obviously pretty fucked up.
Yeah, sure. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go settle a few scores. Come on, I'll take you home. Lock your doors and windows and don't let anybody in but me, okay?
Be careful, Scott. I don't want to lose you.
Swimming instructor. Look at me go. I really hope I haven't made any like really bad mistakes so far. I mean, I kind of regret having Ethan not kiss Madison, but like, dude, now is not the time for you to be like macking it on Madeline. Nice! It's one way to make an entrance.
Don't try to stop me. Don't even fucking try.
Just dropping bodies left and right. Look at this man go. Sorry, I was too busy being impressed. I pressed the wrong button. Shot in the shoulder now.
Stay back! Don't come near me, or I'll shoot!
Fucking asshole.
Please! Oh!
Your idiot son killed all those kids, didn't he? He's the origami killer.
No! No! He's innocent! He's not a killer! Not a killer! Oh! Oh! Oh!
You're a fucking liar. Now tell me the truth.
No! No, please! Don't hurt me!
Last chance.
I don't know! I swear! I don't know anything! Oh! Oh! Stop! Stop! I beg you. I'll tell you everything.
Gordy always wanted his fun, you know. He wanted to be like the origami killer. He kidnapped that kid. He held him under the water for a little too long. It was an accident, an unfortunate accident. He just wanted to play. He told me everything. He was crying. He was so sorry for what had happened. Whatever he did, Gordy is my son.
So his idea of a game was to copy him.
What? That boy, Gordy killed. No one will miss him. He was street trash like so many others.
Ugh. You disgusting pile of shit. And what about John Sheppard? Why did you put flowers on his grave?
I own the construction site where he died. I never forgot. I've been putting flowers on his grave for 30 years.
John had a twin brother. What happened to him?
I don't know. He was adopted, I think. His mother should know. Her name is Anne. Anne Sheppard.
My heart! My heart! Quickly! I need my pills. In that drawer. There.
I'm no better than him if I let him die. I can't let him die, even though he deserves it.
Thank you. You saved my life.
I already regret it.
I already stacked up a pile of like 20 bodies out here. What's one more, huh? That dude on the right was like spider posing in the air. Did anybody else see that? Kind-hearted. There's probably so many like determination. I don't know the word I want to use here. Achievements that only happen if you take certain choices. You probably have to. I don't know how many, with the minimum number of times you'd have to play through this game in order to get all of the achievements. But it's definitely more than once. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 3 or 4 times. The Geriatrics. Is this John Sheppard's mother?
Only a few hours left before Sean Mars dies. Hope I'm not wasting my time.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Sheppard's room.
Please sign the visitor's book. Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her. You know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
She has Alzheimer's.
Thank you.
Wonderful. That's gonna make this a very easy questioning.
Room 19. Where is that? John Sheppard died 30 years ago.
10.
Hope his mother has all the answers to this puzzle.
$14. 18. I'm guessing that means that 19 is gonna be like here. Yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Sheppard.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Sheppard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here,
My name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I'd like to ask you some questions about your son.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
Your other son, Mrs. Sheppard, John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? Oh, I have no other son. I never had any children.
try to remember, Mrs. Sheppard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
Pretty stupid.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Mrs. Sheppard, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Sheppard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
Are these your children, Mrs. Sheppard? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them, always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
You don't seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Sheppard.
No, but I love them. My son knows that I love flowers. I know he'll bring me some.
This woman might be the origami killer's mother. Must be some way to get her to remember. It seems to be working. She's remembering stuff. I gotta find something else to show her. All right, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here.
It's not true.
I love origami, but that's not my favorite one.
What's her favorite one then? Hummingbird. The dog. I think there was a dog at the grave. Crap. I'll let go of LB. Try again.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max. All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max. It's funny, isn't it?
It'd take days, if not longer, to find the name of the family that adopted her son. Sean Mars would be dead by then. Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Sheppard. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son, my little Johnny.
Her memory is coming back. Don't stop now. Just remember. All right, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here.
Well, that's not helpful. You do have a television in your room. Is there anything else I can do to get the name? If I go bring her some flowers, will that work? Because there were flowers in the hallway.
Does Mrs. Sheppard ever talk about her past?
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
Go figures. Hello? Hello there.
Does she get many visitors?
She's been here for 10 years and you're the first.
I'm looking for her other son. He was adopted. I mean, he's probably changed his name. Is there any official documentation on Mrs. Sheppard?
No, there's nothing really. Nothing about her family. I guess if her son was adopted, then she's the only one who could tell you about that. Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get it to remember.
Thanks for the advice.
I have been doing that. Alright, where are these flowers? And the music just disappeared. Okay. Where are these flowers? There they are. Alright.
Show her things that take her back.
Deliver the flower. Whoop. Look, Anne. It's a flower. Wait, it's funny because my mom's name is
What a
Anne.
lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave. I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Sheppard. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
His name, Mrs. Sheppard. What was his name?
But I loved him. If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
I'm sorry, why are we not sharing this with the group? Come on. Don't keep us in the dark. You know where I am? I don't really know where I am. I'm just kind of winging it. I think it's gone okay. Nobody's dead yet, so it's cool.